And welcome everyone to another edition of Battle of Bunker Hill 2018. This one's going to feature Central New York Nightmares versus Hartford area Wailers. This is your wonderful host, Crimson Alchemy, aka the CAC. Going to give you a rundown. We got about 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go before we start this action here. But let's introduce some of the skaters if you have not been tuning in already to Battle of Bunker Hill 2018. For the Wailers side, we have 1200 Liberty Violence, number 13 Flutter Rage, number 16 Lady Emasculator, number 1942 Muhammad Alicia, sorry, number 1965 Pretty Bizarby, number 2 Bruce Fintuna, number 213 Slamberry Short Skate, number 24 Sabotage Sabal. Number 34, Gory Kilmore. Number 42, Peach Gobbler. Number 45, Black Mamba. Number 528, Gingervitis. Number 608, Rebel Scum. And number 99, Dora the Destroyer. Sorry, folks, I need a clearer copy of this. Fortunately, someone was awesome enough to spill coffee on my roster. I'm not going to call you out, but you know who you are. On the Nightmare side of things, we got number 0003, Sinful. Number 302, Mama Menace. Number 13, Slay West. Number 19, Dead Time Story. Number 21, Foxy Moneybags. Number 2112, Hit Girl. Number 24, Rex. Number 253, Shist and Giggles. Number 315, Connie Vict. Number 36, Farmer Slaughter. Number 4, White Lie. Number 42, Hotcakes. Number 47, Captain Kirky. Number 5689, Gunshot. If you're just tuning in, I will be calling out the times and the scores very often. You can also join us on the Derby Twitterverse, hashtag #TalkToBOBH. Again, that's hashtag #2BOBH. Had a lot of great action when it came to yesterday's bouts. Hartford area took a loss to Twin State 243-174. The Nightmares also took a loss to Penn Jersey She Devils 127-177. Both were very excellently played bouts by both teams. We're expecting a lot of very fast-paced, hard-hitting action with this one. And also a special shout out I want to give to Fearless Nightingale. You a tough girl. And wish you the best. And we're winding down the clock now to begin Derby time, less than 30 seconds. Also, if you're going to be joining us a little later today, we got 4 more bouts after this. At around 1 o'clock, you're going to get the Philadelphia Hooligans taking on Mass Maelstrom. Then about 3 o'clock, Toronto Men's Roller Derby against the Quad Fathers. At about 5 o'clock, Upper Valley Vixens versus the Nightmares, who you're about to see. And then the Wailers here at 7 will be taking on the She Devils. Oh, look, ladies and gentlemen, Oso Blanco Fabuloso has just stepped into my booth.
Well, hello there. Pardon me while I step into your boudoir. Would you like me to go over there so I can hit all the buttons and stuff?
And we are kicking things off here. Foxy Moneybags jamming for the Nightmares. And it looks like Sabotage the Ball is gonna be jamming for Hartford. And already lead jam going to the Wailers. And a quick pass through already opening up with a grand slam, 5 points for the Wailers. A lot of fantastic action here. Already 7 points being picked up by the Wailers, 0 by the Nightmares, just to start things off. And our very first jam here. Back with the action here. Hit Girl now jamming for the Nightmares. And Liberty Violence for Hartford areas Wailers. And now Hit Girl is actually going to the box for a high block. This is going to be a power jam for the Wailers. And Liberty Violence now taking that lead jam. 30 seconds to utilize all that opportunity to pick up some points against the Nightmares. Spread that little score a little bit further away. Nightmares have yet to strike any blood in the water here. Great defensive block in by Sinful, along with their tag team partner White Lie. And that is going to be another Grand Slam, another 5 up for the Wailers. That's going to bring it 12-0, 27 minutes, 52 seconds. And we are coming live from Fitchburg, Massachusetts at the Wallace Civic Center. And we're going to start here with a power start. And that's going to be Ginger Vitus. Hit Girl standing up in the box right now. Ginger Vitus using that footwork, trying to get around that tripod of Nightmares. And straight out of the box, taking lead jam is Hit Girl. Almost didn't even see her appear on the track and already lapped around. Ginger Vitus finally let go of the pack, but already firing 4 on the board now. Hit Girl for the Nightmares. Ginger coming around the outside of turn number 3. Gets forced to do a recycle back. Cutting through the center is Hit Girl, picking up 5 now for a 9-point jam. I'm sorry, no, they're only awarding 4, so that's going to be 8. Ginger finally through and able to pick up 4 points right back, bringing it 8-16 in favor of the Wailers at 26 minutes, 23 seconds. And another couple of points were picked up. Now it's 11-16. Surprising with that power start, the Wailers couldn't quite capitalize on it so quickly to get that lead. Hit Girl again came out of nowhere out of that box and took advantage. Pax now pulling back towards the pivot line. That's going to bring up hotcakes for the Nightmares. And Sabotage. He's going to take the lead jam. And we're getting multiplayer block being called. That's going to be on 2-1-3 Slamberry Shortcake. And yeah, Hotcakes was actually just stashing the star, working the initial pass, already putting 5 points on that board is Sabotage. And now we're coming back 24 minutes, 48 seconds. It's 11 for the Nightmares, 25 for the Wailers. Foxy Moneybags on her second jam along with Liberty Violence. Liberty Violence picking up the lead jam right at the beginning, and that will be her second one for a total 4. The Wailers already in this bout. Each team with a blocker in the box. Oh, and to the box she went. So that's going to now be a power jam. And the lead is officially awarded to Foxy Moneybags. So that was not a lead jam for the Wailers. Huge opportunity for Foxy. Great footwork, being very mindful of where she is on that track. Now attempting to re-engage, only just 2 blockers for the Wailers. Will wrap around and pick up a full 5. Bring it 16-25 at 23 minutes, 42 seconds in the first half. Now Liberty Violence returning to the track. Cycling back at turn 2. And coming to a straightaway, great defense being locked up around Foxy Moneybags. Having one heck of a time. Liberty finally through, but this is now the initial pass for her. Moneybags down now, back up on her skates. Doing the smart thing, quickly going to call that off, pick up an additional 3 more points, bring it up 19-25 at 22 minutes, 58 seconds. Love the awesome crew here. You're getting information thrown at me left and right here. And we're back right now. Hit Girl taking that lead jam for the Nightmares. Gingivitis still battling in a pack. Collapsing skaters. Already Hit Girl through that. Gingivitis now working that initial pass. Hit Girl doing the smart thing, calling that one off. Gonna pick up 3 points, bringing it now 25-22 in 21 minutes, 50 seconds remaining. I have a lot of sexy men in this booth right now between Oso Blanco and Recula. And now we got Hotcakes jamming for the Nightmares. Sabotage for the Wailers. Sabotage finds that open pocket there thanks to Gory Gilmore. We'll take the lead. Hotcakes finally out of the initial. Well, out of the pack working her initial. Swings beautifully around number 4. White Lie will pick up a full 4 easy, bringing the 22-29. And Hotcakes through, fires 4 back herself, and again just swipes through without any kind of contest. Sabotage picks up 4 right back, an 8-4 jam so far. Sabotage not calling it at all. But now we get a cut track being called. Haven't seen who it's being given to. And yeah, it looks like that did go on the Nightmares. So we're going to have our second power jam and a power start for Hartford. And with that, we have a timeout between the officials. Possibly in regards to that track cut call just before the end of the previous jam. Score right now, 38 for the Wailers, 26 for the Nightmares, 19 minutes, 55 seconds. But if you could not be home, if you could not attend here and you're at home listening to this, we got some awesome sponsors here. here yesterday we had Turn 2 Skate Shop with Chrissy Kicks of the Rock Coast Rollers. Now, one thing cool about that is we all know the best owners for these shops are skaters themselves or anyone affiliated with Derby because they know what the top quality is. And Turn 2 sponsors leagues, so if you want to get your league sponsored to receive product discounts, you can reach out to Turn 2 TWO turn2skate@gmail.com or check out all the awesome swag you can get on turn2skateshop.com. Look like they might have adjusted a couple of points there. We got 38 for the Wailers, 29 for the Nightmares. Again, 19 minutes, 55 seconds. We're going to have a power start. Pack is still 4-on-4. Moved up to the pivot line. And rocking that start is going to be Liberty Violence. Fantastic work by the Wailers, just breaking up the pack of Nightmares. They tried to pull back together again, but unfortunately, Liberty Violence is going to take that big LJ. And now in control of this jam. Hotcakes now standing in the box. Trying to work her way around the phalanx of Dead Time Story, Sinful, and Slay West. Creating a 2-skater wall. Doing a fantastic job holding her up now. Hotcake still has to get through the pack and work the initial. Recycling to the back, has that star stashed. And we got a direction of gameplay. That actually is going to go on. Looks like both. That's going to be Dead Time Story and for Dora the Destroyer. Hotcakes finally out of the pack. About 31 seconds remaining on that jam clock, but Liberty Violence going to quickly call that one. Stacking up 4 more points there right now. 18 minutes, 14 seconds remaining in the first half. It's 43 to the Wailers, 29 to the Nightmares. And we have a 4-on-4 pack, each team with a blocker in the box. I believe that's Gingervitis. Going to go skate to skate against Foxy Moneybags. Gingervitis on the cusp of, looked like she was going to get lead jam. Foxy came out of nowhere on the outside of the pack, wrapped around. Gingervitis finally getting around gut shot. Wailers quickly pulling together a small wall to stop Moneybags. Foxy was able to still pick up an additional 2 points, bringing it 43-31. Up here with Oso Blanco. Hit Girl jamming for the Nightmares, but taking that lead jam for the Wailers. Sabotage with a nice little apex hop. Uncontested, easy for pickup. And we have a cutting being called, and that is going to be on Hit Girl. So we're going to have the third power jam for the Wailers. Huge opportunity as Sabotage is picking up a full 5. That's a 9-point jam so far. And right right now, 52 to 30. Sabotage 15 minutes, 57 seconds. Sabotage had to go to the box as well there. Hit Girl now out. And she's going to pick up 5 for the Nightmares. Now we got a full house on the flat track. 5 on 5. Hit Girl able to pick up a full 4. Sabotage back inside path, picks up 4 again. They're going to go the full distance of this 2 minutes, only 24 seconds remaining in the jam and stuff. Hit Girl tippy toes around, picks up 4 right back. Sabotage trying to find an opening on the inside, cuts around to the outside of the pack. Got a whistle. She thought she was getting a penalty called on her, went off the track and had to recycle back in now. Lost positioning in the pack as she was just about to get out of it. Hit Girl able to step around the pack a little more and pick up a few more points at the end there. And we're going to have more whistles as an official review is going to be called by the Wailers. I believe it might be in regards to either the first penalty she was called out on or the one she was staking. But we're going to find out some of that information. My awesome crew down on the floor should be able to feed that back to us. Right now, again, official review being called by the Wailers. 57 to 46. Only 11 lovely points. 14 minutes, 46 seconds. Another big shout out to one of our very awesome sponsors here who are generously donated to a raffle basket, and that is Wachusett Brewery and Treehouse Brewery. Oh yeah, local craft beer donated to a raffle basket known as the Brewery Basket. And I've been putting in so many tickets to win that. Why? Because I'm a big fan of beer, if you couldn't tell already. And even if you're not, still, that's awesome to always have these cool local sponsors and always support locally made products, whether it is clothing or beer. And again, if you have any follow-up questions, comments, or shout-outs you want to give, hit us up on the Twitterverse, hashtag #Talk2BOBH. That's hashtag Talk2, as in the number, and BOBH, Bob H. Speaking of which, Bob H., I know you're out there. I am still looking for you. I will find you. And we're getting back to the action now. Our alt referee talking to my house announcers. They're going to send up that information and find out what is happening with that official review. But it did look like the Wailers lost the review. Again, we're going to get that information back in. Meanwhile, we have hotcakes for the Nightmare skating against Liberty Violence. Looks like White Lie going into the box. Liberty Violence taking that lead. Pack now moved into turn number 2. Great defensive work by, looks like Pretty Bizarre, but she is now going to go to the box as well. Looks like a forearm being called. Liberty Violence now into the front of the pack. Pack will eventually have to let her go. Get into the out of play. Luckily, they avoided that penalty, but still 4 points picked up by Liberty, who's not, I don't think she's noticed High Cakes is coming up right behind her. Nope, now she made the eye contact as they each got 4 points apiece. Tried to dash to the last second, pick up. Cakes taking a hard hit into turn 1, but able to pop back up. Tough and resilient our Derby skaters are. It's 61 to 50 right now in favor of the Wailers. 13 minutes, 22 seconds. Once again, if you are keeping track of that score, 13 minutes now, 12 seconds remaining in the first half. 61 to the Wailers, 50 to the Nightmares. And now Foxy stepping up, wearing the star for the Nightmares. Gingivitis for the Wailers. Ginger's going to take that lead. And right on her tail is Foxy. Pack remaining at turn 2. Oh, and it looks like Foxy, almost lapped around that pack. That's going to be no pass, no penalty call for her. Meanwhile, Gingivitis still has to get past that pack. Out of bounds, having to recycle for a second time as we go into the straightaway. Foxy with a little hop gets back up to the front. Going to pick up a grand slam. Ginger finally calling that one off. Still able to pick up 4 points herself. But the damage is done. Now the deficit is creeping closer together. 65 for the Wailers, 59 for the Nightmares as we're hitting the 12-minute mark. And if you missed any of the previous bouts, either early today or yesterday, you can head over to Mass Maelstrom's YouTube. They will be posting up more of these videos of Battle of Bunker Hill so you can catch up on all the action that we've had this weekend here in Fitchburg, Mass. And with that, Hit Girl from the Nightmares is going to take the big lead. Sabotage finally got her way through, wrapped around gut shot. Hit Girl tippy toes around the inside of the pack, goes out of bounds, doing the smart thing, calling it. Looking to see, it looks like only 2 points picked up. That's going to bring us 65 to 61. Wailers still ahead, 10 minutes, 56 seconds. And now jamming for the Wailers. Liberty Violence up against Foxy Moneybags. Foxy makes her way through the center of the pack. And it looks like Liberty Violence went to the box for a penalty. This is a power jam now for the Nightmares. Tripod wall set up. You can actually hear the collision up here by Foxy. Meanwhile, multiplayer block being called. That is going to be on Peach Gobbler. Grand slam for the rest, and that is our first lead change of the game. 71-65, 9 minutes, 44 seconds. Liberty Violence back into the pack. And we have a low block call going on to the Wailers. Looks like, can't see the number up here, but I can see a full 5 put up. Another grand slam for Foxy and the Nightmares. Liberty Violence still trying to drill her way through around number 13, Slay West. Foxy on a roll, picks up another 5. And now we have a forearm call. And that is going to go back to Peach Gobbler. And whistles everywhere. We have a timeout call from the Wailers. And as it stands, as they just updated the scoreboard, it is now 83 Nightmares, 65 Wailers, 8 minutes, 51 seconds. Our first lead change. And again, it was capitalized by Foxy on that power jam. we enjoy this little timeout call here. I'd like to thank another awesome sponsor, actually from my home league of Providence Roller Derby. It's Jamie Lee Hurtis, who's been supplying all of us with extra carbs more than we could ever want, because she represents Bagel Haven down in Mashpee, Massachusetts. It's a whole new bagel experience, offering a variety of tasty bagel options, including their new low-carb keto bagels. And not only does she supply bagels, but she gave me unicorn leggings that I can't wait to rock later. And we'll come back from the timeout. Once again, 83 for the Nightmares, 65 for the Wailers, 8 minutes, 50 seconds. That's going to bring up Hit Girl for wearing the star and the lead jam. Sabotage. Go into the box on a cut track. Power jam again for the Nightmares, 2 in a row. Wailers have 2 other blockers in the box. The girl picking up 5, bringing up 88-65. And we're getting a direction of gameplay. That one is going to go on a dead time story. Another 5 picked up. Sabotage in the back. Trying to work around Rex. And able to do that. Skates beautifully around Sinful. Now working the initial pass. And with that, that will be called. It's now 93-65. 7 minutes, 33 seconds. Nightmares taking that lead and pushing ahead. Again, back-to-back power jams, capitalizing on those. Nightmares pack moved up to that pivot line. Now drawing back a little bit, looking at Gingivitis. Hotcakes able to clear out around the Wailers. Will take another lead jam. 3rd in a row. And now Hotcakes cleans through, takes the 4, slams the door, bringing it now 97-65. 6 minutes, 40 seconds. Pack's now pushed up towards the jammer line. Nightmares in the back. Wailers up in the front. Sabotage rocking the star for the Wailers. Foxy getting recycled back. And look at that, Sabotage. He's going to take lead jam. Foxy had that star stash. Both teams with blockers in the box. Foxy right on her tail. Sabotage tries to find the opening inside. Foxy looked like she was going to maybe try to hop that apex. Fell out of bounds, recycle back. Sabotage able to cut through that center and is going to pick up 4 for the Wailers. 4 fired back by Foxy, bringing it now 101-69. Sabotage trying to get around Farmer. Slaughter went into the infield, doing the smart thing, calling that, bringing now 101-72 at 5 minutes, 16 seconds. We have now dipped under that 5-minute mark. Hit Girl out for the Nightmares. Gingivitis out for the Wailers. Gingivitis presses hard, gets around White Lie. Pack still hung up at turn number 1. Hit Girl getting recycled back. White Light again was trying to chase down Gingivitis, who's going to pick up a full grand slam, but now is going skate to skate with Hit Girl. Forces Ginger out. Ginger having none of that. Going to call it. Bringing it now 101 to 77 at 4 minutes 12 seconds. And then when we go to halftime on this one, we'll be able to bring you up to speed on some important information. Tail of the tape between the penalty box and all our standout skaters on both of these teams. Hotcakes jamming for the Nightmares. And finally up, Lady Emasculator jamming the first time in this bout for the Wailers. And looks like illegal contact by Hotcakes. That means Lady Emasculator not only lead jam, but having a power jam. This is the fourth for the Wailers. Lady Emasculator not going to waste any more time. Going to quickly call that one off and have a power start set up for the Wailers. 101 to 77, 3-minute mark. Sabotage is going to come up and try to capture a second lead in a row and take control of the jam. Sabotage tries to find an opening on the outside. Now cutting through the inside. Up, fell into the infield, almost stayed up on her skates. Forearm call that is going on Peach Gobbler. But right now it looks like we have, the lead jam to Sabotage. Hotcakes released from the box right in front of Sabotage, stashing that star. Nice tripod lockup. Now alternating from the diamond by the Nightmares. Great defensive work. Hotcakes through, but unfortunately it was her initial pass. And again, playing smart dirty. Sabotage calls it, picking up a 3 points, bringing it 101 to 80 at 1 minute 43 seconds remaining in our first half. Nightmares not cashing in any of their timeouts or official review. Already, the Wailers have used one timeout and their official review in this half. Unfortunately, they did lose it. We did not quite get that information up here, what they were challenging. But Gingivitis looking to strike gold for another lead jam in a row for her. But right now, Foxy wearing the star for the Nightmares, getting caught up at the pivot line. Getting two-walled back and forth. Ginger locking it up with gut shot. But the lead will go to Foxy, who was able to get out. The Ginger right on her tail. Pack moving quick and now coming to a halt at turn 4. Foxy wanting to lap the whole pack. Won't call it off just yet. Ginger trying to find that opening. Runs into Mama Menace, and now gut shot again up in the front. And she's going to let her go to avoid that out of play. So 4 picked up by Ginger. Foxy in the thick of things. Got held up by Bruce Fintuna and by Peach Gobbler. Calling that, going to pick up, looks like 3 more points on that. It's going to bring it to 108.84, and we might be wrapping up to halftime, and we are. So once again, we are now at halftime. 108 to the Nightmares, 84 to the Wailers. Going to take this quick break, about 14 minutes and change out, and we'll come back with the second half and also a recap 2 minutes beforehand. We will see you then. And we are back. Going to get ready for the second half, starting in a couple of minutes here. Quickly had to put down one of those bagels from Bagel Haven. Thank you again, Jamie Lee Hurtis. They are fantastic. But in the meantime, once again, if you're joining us, our second half, we're about to begin. The Central New York Nightmares against the Hartford area Wailers. Nightmares at 108, Wailers at 84. For the most part of this bout, Wailers have been holding a strong lead. And after a couple of power jams, a quick flip of the table, and Nightmares pushing that score out for them. And now looking actually at the tail of the tape over here, looks like from the penalty box perspective, the Wailers have about 24 penalties in total. In danger right now, we got Dora the Destroyer with 5 penalties, 4 for Peach Gobbler. So again, something that they need to keep mindful about in their second half. On the Nightmare side, only about 19 penalties there. Only about 3 or 4 skaters there. Dead Time Story, White Lie, and a Gut Shot with about 3 apiece. It's been pretty much all over the board. Everything from track cut, illegal contact, direction of gameplay, forearm. So not a common theme that you'll be seeing there. But in the meantime, fantastic jamming from both teams. Again, that's Gingivitis Sabotage Sabal has the most for her team. Gingivitis doing a great job as well in support Liberty Violence. On the Nightmare side, definitely Foxy, Hit Girl, and Hotcake's doing a fantastic job as well. The official review that was called by the Wailers, that was actually for a track cut they were looking for on the jammer for the Nightmares. After the officials came together, they decided that her wheels were still on the tape and never crossed the threshold fully. So they said the call still stands as no track cut, and they did lose that official review. And when we begin our first jam of the second half here, it's going to be Foxy wearing the star for the Nightmares. And actually jamming for her first time at this bout, Pretty Bizarby. Our medics quickly doing a quick review with our referees. Thank you to all our EMTs. Our medics have been fantastic all weekend long. Been very on the spot for all of our skaters and officials. And if you have any quick questions, comments, or you want to send a special shout out, definitely reach us on the Twitterverse of #TalkToBobH. That's #Talk2, as in the number 2, BOBH. And again, as you might have noticed, there's no set or updated overlay. Usually our awesome producer, or tech manager, so to speak, Rancor, will be up here, but he's getting set up, getting geared up, because at 1 o'clock roughly Eastern time, we're going to have our 9th bout of Battle of Bunker Hill, where he will be on the Mass Maelstrom going against the Philadelphia Hooligans. Jam is set once again. Pretty Bizarby, first time jamming in this bout, coming up to the front, trying to get a round sinful, and it does pay in their favor. Wailers picking up the lead. And Bizarby swims through, picks up 4. Slay West now wearing the star. Star pass to the Nightmares. Pack moving at it, quite a clip. Looks like Sinville was trying to grab a grab hold of Foxy for a block, and that was going to be pretty bizarre. We calling that one off, and that's going to bring it now 112 to 90 in favor of the Nightmares. And now Liberty Violence out there for the Wailers. Hit girl for the Nightmares. Forearm call, that is going to go on Rex of the Nightmares. Lead jam being called for Liberty Violence, but these jammers are skate to skate. Wall of the Wailers are waiting. Looks like Hit Girl had a little bit of a lead on her, but very smartly calling that one. That's going to be a scoreless jam. I believe that is our first of this bout. Once again, we're at 28 minutes even now, dropping down to the 27s. 112 to the Nightmares, 90 to the Wailers. And we got hotcakes for the Nightmares. Sabotage for the Wailers. And then, a track cut call was just put on Sabotage. This is now going to be a power jam for the Nightmares. And lead will be taken by Hotcakes. Great defensive work by both teams, but Sinful able to unlock some of the Wailers' defensive line, giving a grand slam to Hotcakes. Peach Gobbler, Slamberry Shortcake. Holding quite the wall there, but it looks like, yeah, Peach Gobbler going in to the box for form. That will be her 5th penalty again. Hopefully she's a little bit mindful. And looks like another 5 points was picked up. A 10-point jam for the Nightmares, bringing it 122 to 90. And speaking of Slamberry Shortcakes, shout out by Patrick Todd. Go Wailers, especially Slamberry Shortcakes, the love of my life. You, Patrick Todd, you are a very lucky man. And we have a timeout with the officials being called. God, I love the love and support in the Derby world. And one person who I always say should be everybody's friend, and that's the awesome Goldie Gloves here. She actually owns her own shop called Unicycle Turtle. Derby on producing a variety of heat press goods, and they're here in the venue. And they also will even heat press blank koozies for whatever you like. I see some awesome gear. Everyone's been getting their own hoodies and shirts pressed over here. All of them looking pretty awesome. Wait for the officials to wrap up their timeout. And now we're going to get back into the thick of things. 26 minutes, 9 seconds to go. 122 to the Nightmares, 90 to the Wailers. Both teams having a blocker in the box. It'll be a 4-on-4. White Lie now donning the star for the Nightmares. Liberty Violence for the Wailers. Interesting. White Lie on her tippy toes, stays in bounds. Gets the call, but Liberty Violence also broken free from the pack. White Lie tried to skid around to the outside, went out of bounds, quickly calling it. Liberty Violence goes for a dive as well. Both are out of bounds. White Lie gonna call that. Liberty did not pick up any points on that. White Lie able to pick up 3, bringing it 125 to 90. And for her second time at jamming this bout, Pretty Bazarby coming up to the line for the Wailers. Very successful. They jam 1 of our second half, taking the lead. And she'll be going up against Foxy. Both jammers finding an opening on the inside. Bazarby has the lead but gets lapped by Foxy. Bazarby keeping an eye on the pack, making a judgment call here. Trying to find the opening on the inside. Skaters dropping down. Foxy, great footwork. Trying to work her way around Sabotage and will pick up 4 points awarded. And looks like Bazarby did the same as well. And that's going to bring it now 129 to 94. 24 minutes, 23 seconds remaining. Both packs have moved straight up to the pivot line. And Hit Girl out there against Liberty Violence. And Hit Girl able to crawl out, taking that lead right now. Gut shot. Trying to slow down Liberty. We'll have to let her go. Nice waltz up. That was actually a really good hit by Gingivitis. But Hit Girl was able to stay up on her skates. We'll take the 4, slam the door, 133 to 94, 23 minutes, 21 seconds. And now Sabotage for the Wailers. Hot Cakes for the Nightmares. And Hot Cakes is out. And we have a cutting called, but that is going to go on number 1-3. That was Slay West who went to the box for that. And 4 points was picked up by the Nightmares. Going to bring it now 137 to 94 at the 22-minute mark. 23 seconds with that. Bazarby back up against White Lie. Pack advantage going to the Wailers. The Slay West still sitting in the box, serving out for that track cut. Bazarby with ease wraps around the outside of the pack, takes the lead. White Lie with a hop, skip, and almost a graceful slide landing. Pop back up into the action. Bazarby again finding an opening on the outside, picks up 4 points. White Lie almost able to wrap around. Looks like Gory Kilmore went to the outside, had to recycle back in. Bazarby already lapped around her now. Both White Lie and Bazarby out. White Lie gets out in front. Bazarby picking up 5 points. White Lie with 4. That's going to bring it to 141 to 103. 21 minutes and 16 seconds remaining. Both packs pushed up to the pivot line. Sabotage out there with Foxy. Both very superb jammers. And Sabotage out in front as the lead jam. right on her tail. Foxy, the pack now moving into turn number 2. We have a full house on the track. Penalty box is cleared out. Beautiful leap by Foxy out the corner of the apex to stay in bounds. And a track cut call being assessed to sabotage for the Wailers. This is now a power jam for the Nightmares. Already picking up a grand slam as Foxy bringing in 146-103. We're just about to hit the 20-minute mark, counting down the second half of our bout. Liberty Violence also being sent to the box. And that's going to be a 10-point jam so far for Foxy, with only 2 blockers of the Wailers out there. And that is Rebel Scum and Dora the Destroyer. And what a collision. That's going to be illegal contact, and that is going to be dead time story going to the box. And Sabotage able to pick up 4 points. We have blockers cycling in and out of the box. Foxy picked up 4 right back. It's 160-107. This time only 2 blockers for Sabotage to engage with. And we'll pick up a full 4. Nice hit by Bruce Ventuna. And they're going to ride out this jam, trading 4 for 4 back and forth. Sabotage also with another 4 once again. Jam clock finally hit 0. And we're going to get our final roundup of the score here in 1 minute. We're at the 18 minutes, 45 seconds. It's 164-115. Pack advantage now in favor of the Wailers. And that's Gingivitis for the Wailers. Hit Girl for the Nightmares. Multiplayer block call. That is going to go on Slamberry Shortcake. Wow, yeah, that was a forearm and a half going on number 1-3, Slay West. And there was confusion. Gingivitis thought the forearm was on her, was starting to report to the penalty box, now has to cycle back almost half a track. And it looks like there was a penalty, and they're calling it a low block. So now she is reporting a penalty box. More time wasted on that. That was more than now the 30 seconds with the advantage going to Hit Girl, who is lead jam and getting a grand slam out of that. There was some confusion there as Gingivitis reporting the box same time as Slay West. Slay West called on for him. She thought it was her, then realized it might have been just Slay West calls. As she was returning back, the official said, no, you did get called for a low block. And another grand slam picked up, bringing 174-115, 60 minutes, 56 seconds. Hit Girl, the Nightmares capitalizing on that opportunity. Gingivitis now back in the thick of things, but there's still pack advantage going to the Nightmares. And now we got a direction of gameplay that is going to go on Shist and Giggles. Working the initial pass, Gingivitis doesn't make it to the pack in time. Hit Girl going to call that. And we have a timeout call by the Wailers. Just a regular timeout, not an official review. Timeout call, and when we reconvene this next jam, it will be a 4-on-4 as each team has a blocker in the box. Once again, 16 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. 179 to the Nightmares, 115 to the Wailers. Also, Blanco Fabuloso let me know I have doppelgangers apparently on Instagram. And we are now back from our timeout. 60 minutes, 12 seconds, 179 to 115. Hotcakes out, taking lead. Jam. Pretty Bizarre escapes the pack as well. Hotcakes looking back, gauging where Bizarre is. Going to try to shuffle around Farmer Slaughtered. And going to call that. And it looks like 0 points by the Nightmares. 2 points picked up by the Wailers. 179-117. Very quickly able to pick up that lead. Jam. It's going to be White Lie. And now jamming for the first time in this bout, Bruce Finn Tuna. Actually, that's not Bruce Finn Tuna. I was like, why does she look like Sabotage? That is incorrect on our scoreboard there. White Lie going to call that, and that is going to be our second scoreless jam of the bout. 187 to 117, 14 minutes, 39 seconds. Back out Foxy wearing the star for the Nightmares. Lady Emasculator, who is going to take the lead jam for the Wailers. Foxy had that star stashed. Emasculator hitting almost that impenetrable wall, still able to pick up 2 points. Called it just barely in time, keeping Foxy Moneybags from picking up any points. That's going to now make it 187 to 119, 13 minutes, 34 seconds. Both these packs now pushed up towards the pivot line. Pretty Bizarre goes down. It's tripped up with Connie Vict. Lead jam going to Hit Girl, and it's going to be a low block call being assessed to Bizarre. So we have power jam for Hit Girl. Wow! Over here on the turn number 3 here, Flutter Rage tried to throw Sabotage into Hit Girl, and that was a miss. 5 points now awarded, 197 to the Nightmares, 119 to the Wailers. Sabotage, great blocking work, forcing a recycle back for Hit Girl. Bizarre released from the box. And it looked like it was a forearm call on Bizarre. She's going back to the box. This is a double power jam now for Hit Girl and the Nightmares. Hit Girl going to pick up an additional 5. Going to call that one, and we're going to have a power start now for the Nightmares. I believe this is their first one for this bout. Officials making sure that the scoreboard is correct here. We're at the 11 minutes now, 46 seconds. It's actually 2:01 for the Nightmares, 119 for the Wailers. Hotcakes is going to try to fly solo. Few stiff little bumps there. Bruce Finn Tuna and Liberty Violence. Liberty Violence now trying to bridge that gap between the packs. Gingivitis. Working over now. Bizarre is unleashed from the pack. Working the initial pass. And it looks like she is getting awarded the lead jam. So Bizarre able to hop out and a little skip and a leap through the inside of turn number 4. Picks up 4 points for the Wailers. Hotcakes being stifled by Gingivitis. Ginger now being sent to the box as well. And there is 4 points picked up by each jammer. As we're hitting the 10-minute mark, the last 10 minutes of this bout. And don't forget to check in later today because these Nightmares are going to be taking on the Upper Valley Vixens at about 5 o'clock. And then closing out our main event is going to be the Hartford Wailers against Penn Jersey She-Devils. So you have an opportunity to see both these teams compete one more time today. 2:05 to 1:27. Nightmares have that lead advantage right now. 9 minutes, 40 seconds. But that's not going to stop the Wailers as Sabotage picks up lead jam. Pack still hung up at the pivot line. White Lie finally through. The Sabotage in control. Slay West trying to land some good hits. Along with Connie Vict and Sinful, but we'll have to let her go. That is going to now be 4 points picked up, bringing it to 205 to 131. Sabotage. Beautiful toe work comes in the center there and is now going to pick up a grand slam, a 9-point jam for the Wailers. And clockwise block being called on Sinful. 4 picked up by White Lie for the Nightmares. Sabotage in the mix. Taking a little bit of a bump from Rex of the Nightmares and going to call that. H Skater picking up an additional 3 points on top. That's going to now bring it to 212 to 139 for the Nightmares. 8 minutes, 22 seconds. Back advantage in favor of the Wailers as 2 Nightmares are sitting in the box. Going to leave 2 blockers up by the pivot line. A full 4 to be contested by Hit Girl the Nightmares. Lady Emasculator staying in bounds and she has got it. Gonna take the lead jam. Hit Girl finally out of the pack. Really working on her skates to catch up. Lady Emasculator getting forced outside by Connie Vict. Smartly calling that one off. Was able to pick up 2 points, but the Nightmares actually end up picking a single point as well. 7 minutes, 29 seconds, bringing it 213 to 141. Oh, and this goofball, Oso Blanco Fabuloso, on our Twitter feed, taking pictures of himself. He'll be coming up out of the next bout. He will be doing the Hooligans taking on Mass Maelstrom. And that's it right up after this. But in the meantime, Hit Girl right now with lead jam for the Nightmares, who have 215 points. Sabotage looks like going to the blocking with the back of the head. That is going to be a power jam now going to the Nightmares. And a grand slam being called. More blockers for both teams being sent to the box. Once again, Sabotage in for blocking with the back of her head. Hit Girl locked into a nice tripod by the Wailers. Shist and Giggles trying to chop up a little bit of it to get her through. It looks like Bruce Ventuna is on her way to the box. And another 5 points picked up by Hit Girl. Sabotage with a beautiful leap of the corner of the apex, but that is just the start of her initial pass. Pack pretty scattered. And with that advantage, Hit Girl actually getting sent to the outside. Having to recycle back. Sabotage taking advantage of that and putting 4 on the board, but Hit Girl now going to call that one off. That's going to bring it now 2:25 to the Nightmares, 1:45 to the Wailers, 5 minutes, 29 seconds to go. And don't forget, throughout the whole day, if you have any questions, comments, or shout out for anybody in particular, give us a hit up on Twitter. You can reach us at hashtag #TalkToBobH, talk to BOBH, and that's talk with a number 2, BOBH. And we have a timeout call. It looks like it's going to be an official review by the Nightmares. Nightmares had not called a single timeout this entire game, now calling for an official review, and we will get that information to you once that becomes available. Yep, 5 minutes, 6 seconds at this timeout remaining of this bout. Once again, 2:25 to the Nightmares, 1:45 to the Wailers. And a big thank you to all of our staff or volunteers, both that work for the Wallace Civic Center here at Fitchburg State University, Fitchburg, Massachusetts. We're putting together another year of Battle of Bunker Hill this year, featuring 4 MRDA teams, 4 WFTDA teams, all sanctioned bouts all weekend long. Also admiring on the far side of the track, Mass Maelstrom doing some stretching routines. Oh, and with the hooligans as well, they're all doing some stretching routines together. Practicing a little bit of Tai Chi before their upcoming bout.
Sorry, I can't pan over there. I was trying to. No such luck.
Oh no, we locked that in. Because
yeah.
I'm a klutz and I would knock that camera off, and Rancor would have his way with me.
Let's see. You know, if I keep doing this, they're going to take my Twitter away.
Yeah, what's with all that tweeting? Waiting to hear some results on the official review. And we have our awesome alt referee making their way over to our house broadcasters who are going to feed up that information to me. It looks like the Nightmares did lose the review, but we'll have more information on that. 5 minute mark now. We have hit 2:25 once again to the Nightmares, being jammed by Hotcakes. Lady Emasculator for the Wailers at 1:45. Having to recycle back and behind gut shot. But we're seeing a cut track call, but that is actually just going to be on Bizarby, who is just playing as a blocker in this jam. Hotcakes able to finally get her way around. Gingivitis going to take the lead jam. Lady Emasculator finally powers her way out. Hotcakes knocked into the infield. Will call that one off just before Lady Emasculator could reach. Able to pick up 2 more points, bringing it 2:27 to 1:45. We have now hit the 4 minute mark of our bout here. Once again, you can still see both these teams compete later this evening. 5 o'clock, those Nightmares of Central New York will be taking on the Upper Valley Vixens. And the Hartford Wailers taking on Penn Jersey She-Devils. Right after that, back-to-back bouts, 5 to 7, our double main event to Battle of Bunker Hill 2018. White Lie wearing the stars, Sabotage now going to take the lead. Jam. White Lie now catch up on her tail. Only a 2-skater wall. Oh, able to keep Sabotage knocked into the infield. And around all 4 blockers goes White Lie with 4 on the board, bringing up 231, 145. 4 points fired back by Sabotage. White Lie with another 4. That's an 8-4 jam. Sabotage is lead in this. Whistles are everywhere. Sabotage and White Lie both make out of the pack again. Looked like they were going to give White Lie a 5 there. Sabotage with 4. Officials double check them out. Yep, that's going to bring it now 2 minutes, 30 seconds, 2:39 for the Nightmares, 1:53 for the Wailers. Wailers had a huge advantage and lead on control of most of the first half. And then as soon as the Nightmares had capitalized, and then there was back-to-back power jams, they spread that score a little further ahead. Foxy now jamming for the Nightmares. Gingivitis for the Wailers. Foxy with that lead jam. Gingivitis, little JVJ. Foxy trying to push Gingivitis out, but she was able to stay and now engaged with the pack of Nightmares. And we have a multiplayer block call. That is going to go on Mama Menace. H Jammer now picking up 4. Foxy trailing behind Gingivitis, in control of this jam. It's going to keep on rolling with it. And it looks like a high block call went on Gingivitis. This is a power jam for the Nightmares. Now at the 1 minute mark, 2:48 Nightmares, 1:57 for the Wailers. And that jam has been called. 50 seconds now, 2:48, 1:57. We're going to have a power start for the Nightmares. With no timeouts, we might still have an opportunity to get that one last jam in. I think we are. Once again, a power start. The Wailers have all 4 of their blockers out there. Nightmares with only 3 as they have 1 in the box. And this is going to be Hit Girl coming out. Hit Girl forced the outside, and it's going to be no pass, no penalty. With Sabotage. Sabotage tried to push her out a second time, could not. Once again, no pass, no penalty. Gingivitis re-engaged, stashing that star, is going to pass it to Sabotage. We have a star pass to the Wailers. We are now down to just jam time alone. 2:48 for the Nightmares, 1:60 for the Wailers. Little love from Flutter Rage, giving a little bump to Hit Girl. And with that, Sabotage able to lap the pack, bringing 4 points up. 2 blockers for the Nightmares in the box. Hit Girl being rocked around, makes contact. Sabotage easily just opened up on the outside, is going to get a grand slam. Hit Girl knocked into the infield, recycling back again. And now a little JVD. Wow, huge collision. It almost gave Hit Girl a boost to get through that pack. They're each going to pick up 4 more points. They're going to ride this one out, of course. as there was no pass, no penalty so hit towards Hit Girl. We're down to the last 37 seconds. Hit Girl gets through. Sabotage with a nice twirl around gut shot. It is now 256 to 177. We're down to 24 seconds in the jam clock. Hit Girl swims through. Same thing with Sabotage. Defense really chopped up here, but now it is a full house on the flat track, 4 and 4. With each jammer trying to go to the inside and a huge collision. Hit Girl goes down and Sabotage just skates right by her and picks up a full 4. And that is going to wrap it up. We are at an unofficial final. Waiting for the score to be adjusted. Referees making their way over, our jam refs. Make sure our score is up to date. And while we wait for that, big shout out again to both the Central New York Nightmares and the Hartford area Wailers for doing a fantastic job. Once again, you're going to see both these teams one more time today in a double main event at 5 o'clock. The Nightmares are going to take on the Upper Valley Vixens. And then at 7, the Wailers are going to take on the She-Devils of Penn, Jersey. And we are still waiting, even though they blew the final whistle. We still have our officials at the table. And stick around after this one. We're going to have game number 9, where the Philadelphia Hooligans are going to be taking on Mass Maelstrom. And that looks like that's going to be it now. Final score. The Nightmares 260. The Wailers 181. Great playing by both these teams. And once again, stick around. We're going to have Maelstrom versus the Hooligans. And after that, both these teams are going to have one more shot at victories today here at Battle of Bunker Hill 2018. This is the CAC. Signing off. We will see you back in a little bit.